Thomas from State of the U. Please join him right there for the best in Miami football coverage. And before we move on to the game, I'd like to say this. So Cam came on a couple of weeks ago. We typically divide these conversations into segments, usually 4 or 5 segments, something like that. We're in excess of 13,000 views. So this is a testament to Cam's knowledge, his insight, his entertainment value. He's been coming on here for 2 to 3 to 4 years, whatever the time period has been. So I encourage you to go on State of the U, because I'm not going to try to kid anyone to say that I'm on there every day or even once a week, but I've been on dozens and dozens and dozens of times as I try to watch everybody across the country. So I frequent State of the U several times a month. They do a first-rate job in covering Miami football. Cam, as a spillover effect, is kind enough to come on here and provide us with insight and information and entertainment value, again, covering Miami football. So please join him on State of the U as we get ready for this big showcase. So, Cam, you talk about winning games meaning an impact on recruiting, and this is another showcase for the Canes on Saturday night at home with the entire nation watching. Anybody who wants to watch college football has to watch these two teams play, and why wouldn't you? They're two upper-tier teams, two top 10 teams that lost conference championship games and that are near the top of their conferences, and it should be a battle of styles, a battle of will, two very tough-minded, hard-nosed teams defensively going at it when Wisconsin comes to town.
Yeah, and Miami played Wisconsin in 2009 in the there was some bowl game, Russell Athletic Bowl, I think it was called then, up in Orlando. And yeah, you know, it's really speed versus power, you know, size versus skill, as if you will, between the two teams. So it's going to be a good game. You know, I'm really looking forward to Miami winning this game and then spinning that forward towards next year, kind of like we did this past year when we blew out West Virginia in the bowl game last year, and then that spun forward to this past season. So, you know, yeah, it's gonna be great. You know, I really am excited. It's a home game. Miami is the home team, and it's in our home stadium. And I know that there were some people who were saying, "Oh, you know, those guys, they want to travel," but I'm like, it's a premium bowl game, and it's in your city, so all the friends and family members can come down for that and everything. And, you know, I do like to have some kind of coordination going on between what I wear on these videos and what the team wears. And I went with the all black because that's right, we're going back to the all black. The Merc Squad, the Miami Knights, I believe they call it, jerseys for the bowl game. So I know that Wisconsin's probably going to go, and they, you know, they're not a team that does a lot of different jersey options. So they do, you know, white over white or red over white, and that's pretty much it, because, you know, Barry Alvarez doesn't get tricky with it, and there's something to be said for a classic jersey. So you're gonna have the classic white over white for them, and then the all black everything for Miami. So it's going to be interesting, and it's going to be a showcase. You know, it's December the 30th. It's a Saturday night. And I love that, because then gives you all of New Year's Eve and all that stuff to, you know, recover from that and then go back out and party again and all those kind of things. So, yeah, I'm really excited. You know, they were their division champion in the Big Ten West. We were our division champion in the ACC Coastal. Neither team had the performance in their respective conference championship game that they would have wanted. But this is a time when both teams are really going to look to end their season on a high note and spin that towards next year. And for Miami, that is really a year ahead of schedule based upon everything that everybody thought going into this year. Getting this win would be really house money. And then you take that and you build upon that with those 10 or 11 early enrollees that I talked about, with the team that's coming back. And, you know, hopefully some of these guys who have the option to leave early for the NFL or not, I hope that they stay. And then that gives us a bigger foundation stepping up into next year's season opener at Jerry World against LSU, because that was a season, 2018, that when Mark Richt got here, that's what everybody was pointing to and saying 16 is going to be what it's going to be, 17 is going to be a step, and 18 is the year that we're shooting for. So you start really that season now, and hopefully, you know, we see that kind of performance that we would want. I remember the last time that we wore the black jerseys against Virginia Tech was awesome. So hopefully we have that same kind of performance and get some payback on Wisconsin also, because the last time we played, they beat us pretty badly, and I'm tired of that.
I, for one, Cam, would be very disappointed to see Wisconsin come out and look like Oregon. I expect Wisconsin to look plain. I expect Penn State to look a certain way. I just expect Wisconsin to be who they are. They're from the Midwest. They're hard workers. They're coming from the farms, and they're going to dress nice and plain and wear their white over white, red over white, as you explained, with the big W on the side, and there are no deviations to that. So I would think that they would go with the white over white with the black for Miami, I would think.
Yeah, I think that they are. And I mean, they could go with their home colors with the red over the white because it's a bowl game. So you can do that for an exhibition. But, you know, there's something to be said for a classic uniform. You know, I grew up in Detroit, and the Detroit Red Wings, that was it. They had the red sweater and the white sweater. And everybody did these, you know, third and fourth options. And, you know, no, that was it, you know. And the Yankees are one of the classic uniforms in all sports. And, you know, they got the gray on the road and the pinstripes at home, and that's it, you know, except for they did finally put the names on the jerseys for that players only weekend when they let them have the special nicknames. But that was like a really, really, really super, super special thing. So for Wisconsin, yeah, I'm good with them keeping it classic, being traditional. And I mean, there's something to be said for that. You know, it's tradition for a reason. And in their case, tradition has worked, obviously, with Alvarez having been there and everything. So, yeah, you know, I'm excited for it. You know, it's going to be, you know, light versus darkness and everything. And, you know, hey, I'm good to bet on the black. So let's go.